I got hoes
in different
area codes. All right. So
Yeah.
we're recording.
Yeah.
So how are you doing?
I'm tired.
Okay. Wait, no, we need to introduce the podcast. Welcome to the check-in.
Hi, guys.
Oh dear.
Checking.
Okay. All right.
Checking in.
This is the Check-in Twins checking in on this beautiful April.
Yes, on this beautiful April day.
This beautiful
So
April
lovely.
day.
I can't believe it's almost time for May. Or
Yeah,
something.
because it
Yeah.
literally feels like April outside. I feel like
Yeah.
that woke me up. I don't know about you.
We might need to start thinking about Memorial Day plans, honestly. If we're gonna blink our eyes, it'll be here.
You shut your filthy mouth. Shut your filthy mouth. Because if we're being completely honest,
Yeah.
well, no. How are you doing before I get into that?
Tired.
You're just tired?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? I saw my lady ring that bell. She's cancer free.
Hell yeah.
She finished her chemo today.
Hey.
It was worth driving from Walter Reed to here for over an hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
A real one.
I really just need to be horizontal as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because sitting down all day,
yes,
it's not.
You're back.
Jesus didn't die for that.
Jesus didn't die for that. He died for sins, not
discomfort.
Exactly.
How are you?
Girl. Listen, my how am I might be like 5 minutes. So do you really want me to get into the meat and potatoes? Or do you want me to just say a sentence? I know we got a whole episode. I can make it 2 minutes.
2 minutes is good. It's right in the middle.
2 minutes is cool. All right. So basically, what I'm, how I'm doing. Let's see. I am doing bad. I've cried twice within 48 hours.
Oh my gosh, and I've cried none.
You've cried none?
Do you want to be the Pisces now?
No, ma'am.
I think I can be a Sag.
Roar! No.
Halfway there.
Oh,
that was my human, not my horse.
I don't have enough tissues to be a Sag. I mean, a Pisces.
Yes, you do. There's plenty of tissue in the house. I buy bulk, so.
You do buy bulk, but I don't want to dip into your Pisces stash.
That's all right. I'm going to be a Sag, so I won't need them.
Oh, no, only once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'll be so hydrated.
I did like a slave tear last night. It just kind of like.
The single.
It just slipped out of my face, and I was like, wow, I am sad.
I'm glad it's not Black History Month anymore.
Yeah, good thing I didn't say that during Black History.
Yep.
And then
so good.
This morning, I definitely did. You know that meme where that like little, he's not a stick figure, but it's like a little figure, and he's just like laying down, and there's a stream of tears. That's kind of how I was crying this morning. I was just like, wow, I am really struggling. I'm struggling. This whole journey to be self-employed, being my own boss, it is not a fruitful journey. It has no guaranteed money yet. That is true. Hopefully, because this is April, things look up in April.
April is a positive, you know, that's what we call it on the street.
April. Yes, exactly.
April positive.
April positive.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully, you know, foreshadowing. Hopefully I make it out alive, because every day, girl, I'll be one to opt out.
It'd be really wild releasing this and you weren't here.
What you mean? Oh, if I opted out?
Yeah.
Do it.
You'd be like, hopefully. And I'm like, hopefully not.
Because no, like, that's literally like what I really I wanted to take 5 minutes to discuss, because I need y'all to understand, as a person with mental health issues, if you do not bring peace into my life,
serenity,
you will be left behind. It's as simple as that.
Simple.
So, you know, one of my good friends hit me up, and first was like, hey, you know, I hope your event went well. And then went into the last conversation we had, and then ended the message with, I need space.
Wait, what was the purpose of, never mind, excuse me.
yesterday on a holiday where that person should be involved with their significant other.
What was the purpose of them reaching out if they were just going to say they needed space?
I guess some people believe that ghosting is beneath them or inappropriate, but actually, I think if you read the room, you can kind of keep some messages to yourself.
Also, like, did I ask for you? Like, did I send for you? Why are you popping up to tell me you're leaving?
So that person got blocked, and I hope they are listening to the show.
I'm thoroughly confused. That's some weird bitch behavior.
I'm actually confused as well. And you know what? That's what started the slave tier. Because I was like, of all the days to send me this fucking message, you do it yesterday, right? You do it on a day that, you know, I had a couple bills due yesterday. I couldn't pay none of them. Yeah. Hit me with that message. And then, you know, I don't know what you expected, but I responded. I said, sounds good. But then immediately went to block. So it's like, that's where I'm at in my life, people. If you're not bringing me peace, you get blocked. The people that haven't been blocked, you are still in my good graces. You don't have to be a weird bitch around me. You don't have to drive 2 hours to come see me randomly and not tell me. Like,
I think I'm caught up. I wasn't sure before, but I'm sure now.
Yeah. So if that's the case, we good. But if it takes a turn from anywhere other than that, like if we have some type of conflict that can't be resolved very quickly, you're getting blocked.
Block it up.
Like, just
like you're constipated.
Fucking leave me alone. Point blank, period. And that's how I'm doing.
Well, damn. I leave the house for...
Girl.
Like 24 hours.
I wanted to blow your shit up so much, but I was like, I know how to be respectful of holidays and people's time away from me.
I was probably asleep, to be quite honest with you. I ate 2 slices of that chicken pot pie and knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
Just 2? Speaking of chicken.
What's happening with chicken?
We're talking about veganism in this episode.
I was like, oh my God, is something happening to chicken?
The chicken is as much as the eggs.
I was so scared for chicken.
It's time to riot and burn the grocery stores.
You're correct. You're correct. But should we even be eating chicken is the question.
I think chicken is an okay. So my theory is, and this is probably horrible, dumb animals deserve to be eaten.
Louis?
I wouldn't eat cat, but like
I would.
He's actually cats. No, that doesn't work. He is simple.
Yes.
But cats in general are very intelligent. But like chickens, I think it's scientifically proven that chickens don't have that much brain in them. So it's okay if we eat them.
How do you feel about pork then? Because those are highly intelligent animals.
Pigs are intelligent.
Yes.
I had no idea. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so sad.
They're smarter than dogs.
Oh my God, they're delicious. I take everything I said back because ham, ladies and gentlemen, I've given up bacon.
I feel like if you can catch it and kill it, you should be able to eat it.
That's survival of the fittest right there.
I won't say that we include humans in there if people are feeling weird about that. But if this was a post-apocalyptic situation and you were desperate for protein and you caught a person, I'm going to turn my eyes away.
Listen.
Whatever you do with what you catch is your business.
You can get protein from alternative sources.
Well, we're going to get into it. So... Speaking of catching humans, meat is murder. All meat is murder. Don't murder things. If it is a thing with meat, including vegetables and fruit, you should not eat it. Just feed off the air. Like SpongeBob in that one episode, filter feed.
So yeah, it's so people are saying that plants have feelings or something like that?
Plants do have feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, not only meat is murder, grass is murder.
So that's why it's just like...
Everything is murder.
Everything is murder. Filter feeding is the way to go.
Yes.
That's the most moral, ethical way to get your nutrients and protein.
Exactly. If you can't sift the protein through the air, what are you even doing?
Damn.
You're being a leech.
I do think about like mushrooms and people like... is it foraging? Yeah, I guess it's foraging for mushrooms.
Yeah, or like dandelion. That's edible.
Yeah, but what it I don't want to get too sciencey, like breaking down the definition of a living organism.
Yeah.
And like
it's everything but this table.
Quite literally. Yeah. But some people would argue that this table is also living because of the cells that are going crazy.
No, that's just matter.
Is matter not a living thing?
Mm-mm.
What is it?
It's matter.
Thank you.
If you guys want us to have a science show, you guys let us know. We're explaining high-level concepts in the most simple way. Matter is the matter.
Matter is matter.
All right, well, let's get into our actual factual number one, because that's the goods that y'all came for. Hopefully, we don't just be making shit up. Of course, as always, if you want the sources, let me know, because I be keeping them.
Yeah.
But actual factual number one. So this is for all you Black people out there. Mm-hmm. According to the Pew Research Center, 8% of Black Americans are strict vegans or vegetarians, compared to just 3% among the general population.
Jesus.
So yes, Black people, interestingly enough, are more likely to go vegan or vegetarian than the general population.
I think it's because...
Shoot, because I got an answer for this.
Okay, so I have a couple different reasons. Mm-hmm. One, I think it's because we're built different and we need like different shit. Mm-hmm. And so probably changing our dietary, like everyday diet needs is very helpful for Black people more so. Like I know the vegan scene in Baltimore is very lit. Mm-hmm. Like
it is
for Black vegans.
And Vegan Fest.
And Vegan Fest. It's in Baltimore. Like I literally, you and Baltimore have provided me with a life of desserts.
It's my pleasure.
And I never thought I would be able to be almost as fat as I was in the middle of the pandemic. But goddamn, donuts, cinnamon rolls, what the hell else? Cake, cookies, pie,
cobbler.
I am dairy free. I'm not meat free. I do like meat, but I'm dairy free. I'm egg free. So just vegan desserts have really been good for my soul. Mm-hmm. And the vegans that I have met, a lot of them just are Black, and you know they said, you know, it cleared up the eczema. You know, it's helped with other health problems that are unique to Black people. Like, well, I'm not going to get the line to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
What's interesting, and I learned this today while I was at Walter Reed, was a lot of people tend to, and you're right. What I was going for was most Black people turn to veganism because of health reasons.
Yes.
They either have diabetes or high blood pressure or whatever, something serious that warrants a diet change. Yeah. And Black people are very wary of the medical health and healthcare system. It has been unkind to us.
It has been.
It's robbed us of a lot of things.
There's history there.
There is more of a, you know, let's treat it with good food rather than, you know, treat it with the medication.
Because food is healing, and I think we aren't taught that in school.
And that was my experience with food when I got really sick and the doctors couldn't figure out what it was. Come to find out, they told me get some more iron and eat some yogurt. And 7 months of pain and indigestion and, you know, missing out on my senior year was healed in like 3 weeks. And it was fascinating to me because I'm like, I was in so much pain.
You missed so much school.
I did. I couldn't cheer. I was captain of the cheer team. I couldn't do that my senior year, which was, it hurt. Like I was involved in theater. I couldn't do that. So that's when I realized like food has a lot of power. And I think Black people know that, especially now that it seems like there's this awakening in the Black community to kind of, you know, go back to our roots and understand the fundamentals of our bodies and how we were, you know, prior to...
We were kings.
We was kings.
We was kings.
Prior to having this experience where we were forced into food deserts and forced to have a certain experience. Like now that we have the ability in a lot of places to feed ourselves the way we want, we are learning this. And at Walter Reed, I learned that most African-American women have a triple negative breast cancer, I guess, screening, or which means like there's nothing that can treat it. So thankfully, the person that I celebrated today, triple positive. So there were 3 kinds of receptors that they could attack on this cancer to get rid of it. And that is not the case for most Black women. So when you're dealing with things like that, with cancer or lupus or something that doesn't have a cure, you really do turn to food. Like, what can I put into my body that's going to help?
Yeah.
And food doesn't have side effects usually, so that's other perk.
I also, when I am feeling sick or anything, I'll definitely look up natural herbal remedies. My whole when I grew up, I would love like just I guess a lazy Susan or just a cabinet of just different oils and herbs to kind of like treat stuff. Like I'm still cool with modern medicine, don't get me wrong, but uninsured. So that shit is expensive. And sometimes it doesn't help. Like antidepressants for one of them. I'm definitely trying to wean myself off and see if there's any food that helps my brain.
And I think to
any
your
plants.
point, there is a lot of benefit in pharmaceuticals and drugs, even at the very holistic side of things. These things help. You know, a lot of
a natural vitamin can go a long way.
Like to say, like, there's no proof that this helps you. There's no proof that it doesn't either. So unless you have concrete, case studies that were done, I'm not going to just think like, okay, this, superfood that everybody is calling it doesn't have any benefits. People just made it up. I don't think so.
True.
But yes, that's a big ups to the Black community, and there are other reasons why I want to give like big ups to anybody who's vegan. But into our actual factual number 2, like we just kind of went over, going vegan overall has wildly incredible health benefits. It can assist with weight loss, arthritis, diabetes, cholesterol. The list goes on and on and on. 9 out of 10, there is a fruit or vegetable or herb of some sort that is going to aid in your body trying to heal itself. Even at the very, like, if you're just thinking about minerals, like, shout out Garner's Garden, we use charcoal powder on our teeth. No fluoride. So
fluoride be hurting a bitch every day.
From what I saw like years ago, so I'll say allegedly because I haven't seen like definitive research, that using fluoride every day does not help your teeth. It actually stops it from being able to remineralize. So your fluoride treatments are great, sparingly, not every day.
And that's the shit that they don't tell us. I don't like that. That's the shit I don't like.
So like when people are very like, I'm not using that, I get it now. Now that I'm in charge of paying my own health bills, I'm just like, okay, I can't have an issue every time I go to the doctor. Like, what's going on? And sometimes you change doctors and you're like, I didn't have an issue. Or I had something that was common that didn't require medication or procedure. It just required me to change my diet or maybe to exercise more or drink more water.
And that's what a lot of doctors tell you. I mean, if we're being completely honest, a lot of them do say, oh, your cholesterol is a little high. This can be fixed by diet, and so you can take that advice or you can not take that advice. But if you don't take that advice, you're probably going to be put on a pill. If you don't want to be put on a pill, then you really do have to look at the things that you're putting into your body because, that's your fuel. If you're putting garbage in your body to fuel you, there's going to be an output of trash.
And also, like, nobody gets a car and is like, I don't really like gasoline. I'm going to put Kool-Aid in it. Your car doesn't run on Kool-Aid.
It doesn't.
You're going to destroy your car. And that is the same thing with your body. Your body can't just run on fats. It can't just run on high cholesterol. It has to have a balance of all those macro and micronutrients that will help your body run efficiently.
People don't know what that is. Can you break down what a macro is and a micro?
Okay, yes, I sure can. I really wish I was a nutritionist.
A faux nutritionist out here.
Well, because I go to the gym, this is when I learned all this stuff. So a macronutrient is either a fat, a protein, or a carb. And growing up, I was very familiar with a lot of diets, but when I say diets, I don't mean vegetarianism or anything like that, but Atkins, South Beach, all that kind of stuff. And my understanding of what carbs was very different than what I found out in my research. Because carbs, I think, okay, pizza, bread, pastas, cakes, cookies.
When you told me spinach was a carb, I was like, shut your filthy mouth.
Fruits and vegetables are carbs.
That's disgusting.
So I'm just like, all right, we kind of just like in my brain demonized all carbs. And I'm like, No, there are wildly amazing carbs out there. You're just not freaking eating them.
Yeah.
So those are your 3 macros. Your micronutrients are going to be all those other things.
Okay.
Literally everything else, like potassium, iron, calcium. All of those are your micronutrients. Okay. And I don't really track those, to be honest. But I do feel like if I feel off, likely it is a lack of a micronutrient.
So say it again: proteins, carbs, and what else?
Fats.
Fats. Okay.
So I think, which is something that I do regularly, if I start feeling like really tired or like really cranky or I'm craving something specific, I will go and Google like, what does this craving mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like, we all have that one auntie, uncle, somebody, grandma that will always chew ice. Iron.
That's an iron thing?
Yep.
Oh.
So those things are, awesome things to be aware of when you can just like, Google is free. You can really just say, I have a craving for this. What does this mean? And sometimes Google will be able to tell you like, oh, you might be deficient in this nutrient. Get that nutrient. Yeah. See if it makes a difference. If it doesn't, maybe something's actually wrong. But if it does, you saved yourself a copay.
Wow. Craving ice means iron deficiency. That's cray.
And I used to love crunching ice.
Bruh.
But my ass was anemic every damn day.
I was going to say, were you deficient of iron?
Yes, I was. Now that I'm on my gym journey, I don't think I will ever be anemic again because I consume way too much protein to have that issue.
I can never crave ice. It hurts my teeth.
Yeah, it's not a normal thing. It's not. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a thing that pregnancy or pregnant women usually go through. Like, they just want to eat random shit that's not edible.
Yeah.
There's a term for that. If y'all know it, just, I don't know. Comment.
Just shout it out in your car.
Yes. Yeah. Be confident in the fact that you knew something I didn't.
Be like, oh my God, I know what that is. It's
pica.
Yeah. Pica.
Chew. I choose you.
I choose you.
I think it's called pica. Watch, I'm wrong. But yeah, some of them would be like, I want to eat an eraser. I don't know why. I'm craving erasers. I want to eat them. Like, it's really weird stuff that you were not supposed to eat.
Yeah.
Tide Pods.
I'm really craving
the forbidden gummy.
Ramen.
Well, that would be regular hunger, maybe. We can look it up and see. Are you deficient in
ramen? Yes.
Ramen deficiency.
I am. I need it in my mouth immediately.
Well, on that topic, we're going to get into our actual factual number 3, which is variants of vegetarian and vegan dietary patterns are generally most affordable.
And that's something people don't know. I think because, Whole Foods is expensive as fuck, but like farmers markets, if you can find one that has like, that's not too sketchy or whatever, produce is actually very affordable.
Especially if you're buying in season. And I know if you're going to a farmer's market, you're going to buy what's in season. They're not going to grow you bananas across the world and be like, I brought these for the market. Yeah. But when you go into grocery stores, especially, we are in an age now where we can import fruits and vegetables from anywhere. Like, you would have checked maybe 200-300 years ago. Yeah, 200-300 years ago, you couldn't get bananas all year. You can go to a grocery store, you can find bananas anytime you go in. That was a tropical fruit.
It's not natural.
You couldn't just get it.
I don't like seedless produce.
It does make me feel a little weird.
Yeah.
But I will say the one piece of produce that I don't question it because I appreciate the convenience, grapes.
A seedless grape?
I used to hate, bro, like having to eat around the seeds, and I gotta... I hated it. I was just like, this is gross. I'm disgusted. It's taking way too long to eat. Should I just cut these then and take all the seeds? It was annoying because those seeds aren't edible. If you eat a strawberry, you can just eat those seeds and it's not a problem.
That's true.
Have you ever... the watermelon seeds, not the black ones, but like the new growing seeds, you can kind of eat those too.
What do you mean the new growing seeds?
The ones that are like tan colored.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I always thought something would start growing in my stomach because I didn't understand the digestive system.
You watched that episode of Rugrats when Chucky swallowed seeds?
Yes. So that scarred the fuck out of me. But it's not true, guys.
Yeah, Angelica's a liar.
Yeah. Just evil. She's just that evil ass cousin.
She really is.
Part of me was kind of like her, than my other cousins, but like
I was the Chucky, so you know.
were the Chucky
Yeah.
of the group.
Mm-hmm.
I bounced between Angelica, Tommy, and Susie.
Yeah, I was definitely the Chucky.
Damn.
Glasses. No,
Scared?
I wasn't scared. That was my brother. He was the scared one. Maybe I was more like Phil and Lil. Well, that was it. I had some adventure, but yeah, I wasn't getting too crazy.
They were always a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kept the party going. I fucks with it.
But yeah, so if you are finding that produce is very expensive, maybe consider checking what's in season.
Yeah.
Like, you know, after Thanksgiving when, you know, yams drop from like $2 a pound to 16 cents.
Yeah.
That's a good time to buy some yams.
Yeah, and freezing, taking advantage of like freezing. I don't know about plants and vegetables and stuff like that, but like
I definitely used to buy fresh produce and freeze it.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, well then yeah. So there are definitely money cheats that you can have to change your diet if you are vegan, vegetarian, whatever. But I think
frozen stuff is really good too.
Frozen stuff is still good. I think a lot of people just aren't equipped with that knowledge, because they automatically have this false understanding or experience with food that's vegan. It is like my cookies are more expensive than dairy cookies. Mm-hmm. That is just the bottom line. But if I got the ingredients on my own and like asked you to bake and not me,
yeah, we can bake you like 2 dozen cookies.
2 dozen cookies for like half price. Mm-hmm. So there are some ways around it, but it does require extra research on your part. And I think some people they don't have the time.
And when you get used to, you know, buying fresh produce, it's not fun. Like, I still have to Google when I buy produce that I haven't bought in a long time. I'd be like, which one am I supposed to? How do I know which one I get?
How do I pick an eggplant?
Mangoes, I know now for sure. Because I always thought like, oh, you just get them and feel them, and if they're soft, they're good. No, you want the ones that's leaking a little bit, like the little.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's how you know that they're ripe. So where the little stem is, the little booty hole is, if the booty hole leaking,
it's a little juicy.
Yep,
a little juicy booty hole.
It's ready.
It's ready.
But yeah, it's gonna suck the first couple times you go, and especially like if you're not vegan or vegetarian, say you're pescatarian or any of those other tarians that they just made up to make you know, people feel kind of good when they can't do the whole thing. That's fine. Still just practice getting fresh produce. Yeah. The other thing about frozen, even though I like frozen stuff, if you open your bag of frozen produce, vegetables or fruit, and your fruit or vegetables has like ice crystals on it, this is why you would like to buy your own stuff and freeze it yourself, because that means that has thawed out and been refrozen. So that's not good. It's not good for the preservation of that vegetable or fruit.
You dropping gems.
There might be a little bacteria on that on the thaw out. So, you know, that's something to consider that bothers you. If you just heard that fact and went, oh my God, what the fuck? Try picking your own produce. Just freeze it yourself.
Yeah. Well, the more you know.
The more you know. We try to put y'all on game. I am not going to walk out this room being vegan. I'm not going to be vegan or vegetarian. I'm eating my meat. I'm murdering. But, you know, for y'all who want to make a lifestyle change, I'm giving you the figgity facts.
Giving you game for free.
So the last actual factual that I'm really going to drop on y'all is a little chunky. But this is one of the concepts about veganism. So we went over some actual factuals that probably weren't common to people. And I think it's because when we think of vegan, I think of a white woman in a suburban area.
Okay.
I never think of a black person.
Okay.
Because being vegan is such a fad now. And it's not like, I rarely hear people go, oh, I'm vegan for the health reasons. I hear people say, like, I'm vegan because animals have feelings. Okay, that's cool. I'm vegan for the environment. We have to protect our ozone layer.
For sure.
That's great.
Even though
I don't hear people go, I'm vegan because I really fuck with the food. It's delicious.
That is what I hear, though.
And your experience is that you know more black vegans.
Black vegans, right. Black hippies, yes. They love their vegan foods, and they like every time I go into a space, the album release party I went to, they had vegan tacos, and I was just like, I've never been to somebody's house and just I've been able to eat. So I'm afraid. But I understand and appreciate that you broke down everything you was cooking with, and it's all Sade friendly. Like, vegan is safe for me. Like, it's not gonna be a hard pivot for me to go vegan. I just love chicken. But it really is like a safer option for me because I don't trust how our food is being processed. But that also is with our produce. It's not just with the meat industry. Like, I don't like certain things in Giant I won't buy. Like, certain things from a grocery store I won't buy because I'm just like, this shit is not fresh, or this shit is coming from Argentina.
I will say Giant used to get me with strawberries because them strawberries would be in the refrigerator for 1.5 days and would be moldy. And I'm just like, what did you do to this?
It's the not knowing. I don't like that shit. I would rather, I like, getting locally sourced stuff. I do have to drive a little bit further to find that stuff, but like David's Natural Market.
Yes.
But I can never leave that place without spending $100, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, locally sourced. I do really like Green Valley. If you guys are local to Maryland as well, I think there's 3 locations here, and that is
there's 3.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just that one.
Nope, there's one in Pasadena. There's one in Elk Ridge, and I think there's a 3rd location, but it's been operating in Maryland. I want to say. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's between 50 and 100 years.
Oh,
so it's been it's been here for a while.
Okay.
And their produce they have on their labels when it's local, and it's really nice to support the businesses within your own state. Also, health benefits when you buy local ingredients. You're reintroducing your body to the pollens and things in the area, so you build up a better tolerance for when spring comes around. Same with honeys. Like if honey is local, you will do better when it comes to allergy season.
God help us.
So there's really no downside to buying local, guys, or to buying produce. Like,
just finding it. I wish like there weren't as many food deserts in Maryland, especially like inner cities. I feel as though places like Green Valley,
you have to drive.
If they could branch out into the cities, or even, I've had my experiences with Lidl, but like honestly, the prices be pricing, and it is better quality in my opinion than Aldi.
Okay.
Because there's actual brands that you recognize. When I go into Aldi, I'm just like, who the fuck? Who is Cinnamon Bagel Crunch? Like, who is this? I just have to trust that this is okay to eat. So I would love for Lidl to expand into cities that are food deserts a little bit more and start, incorporating more locally sourced food, because I think it's a pretty neat franchise. What they're doing is great, and it can help save people's money. But, access. I think we can talk about affordability, we can talk about the benefits, but it's like the access, I think, is at the end of the day, so what's keeping people from making a lot of these shifts. And so Baltimore being, just, to me, in my opinion, I think Baltimore has a top tier food scene. Being like the leading person in the food scene, they have a lot of options. So if you are in the city and you're interested in vegan cuisine, just
vegan cuisine that won't break your bank.
Vegan cuisine that won't break your bank. Just do a quick Google search, and I'm sure you'll find 5 Black-owned businesses that will give you what you need.
And I also want to highlight, like, there is, aside from my perception of veganism just being fatty and not fatty, faddy, and really so closely connected with privilege and money.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of the early vegan dishes, I want to say before this, 8% of Black people showed up, they weren't good.
Yeah.
I had a lot of vegan dishes that I was like,
this is boo-boo.
I'd rather starve. Like, this is gross. This is really nasty.
I'd rather not eat.
The only thing that I feel like survived veganism very well is the potato. Because you really cannot fuck up a potato.
You can't.
Like, before vegan butter, even without butter, a little salt and garlic, boom, baby.
Yeah, a little bit of olive oil.
Yeah, like, potatoes have stood the test of time. God went off when he made a potato.
He knew what he was doing.
He made that. It was like, these humans go, they gonna love this shit. Like, cause we eat it up literally every time.
Potato is god tier, honestly.
French fries, mashed potatoes, scallop potatoes, potato chips, potato sticks. There's just so many potatoes. They're really and I'll be all vegetable.
They are.
Well, they're starch, but you know, we not gonna get into that. But yes, if you are unsure about veganism or being vegetarian or even finding a good recipe, this is what I always tell people that I think are trying to eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Look on Pinterest. Look for brown hands. There's not brown hands in the video. Perhaps find another recipe. Because I've gone on there and I've seen non-brown hands, but a recipe, and I've gone, yes. And I've made it and been like, no. Brown hand knows how to season a vegetable real good.
Very good.
Like, a white hand, it likes to taste the actual vegetable. I like to have a curated experience, you know? Sometimes you just want a carrot stick, and sometimes you want a glazed baked carrot, you know? Sometimes you want like a yam chip, and other times you want to get to the yams. You know what I'm saying? Like,
can I get to the yams?
Yes.
Sweet.
Sometimes you want a little marshmallow in it.
Oof. Or a little crown royal.
See, like, there's a difference. So, and I'm not saying go put a bunch of sugar and salt in your vegetables. That defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose. But, you know, it's going to be some trial and error for you to find the recipe that's going to be delicious. It's going to be trial and error you finding a restaurant that makes things that are delicious for you. So, like, don't just give up on it because you ate it once and it was gross. We done all had at least one bad piece of chicken, and we kept eating chicken. So we've all had at least one bad burger. Not you. No. But we've all had something terrible one time, and then did not stop us from trying to eat it again. Give us some chances. But we'll get into the last actual factual. So this is the part, like I was going through what my initial experience with veganism. But the thing that I heard most often is like, oh, it's good for the animals and it's good for the environment. And I'm just like, in all my research that I did for 3 hours.
Excuse me.
I did not find any case study, any study whatsoever, even something that people just said that confirmed that going vegan actually helps animals. Have it. And if y'all are listening to this and you're like, no, I know a study, let me know. I am here to be educated. I can change my mind when presented with new information. But I never found anything that pointed to that. I tried all kinds of different Google searches and could not find anything.
Well, I mean, that's because the meat industry still exists, right?
It could be.
Yeah.
But I did find something about the environment. So a dietary shift from animal-based foods to plant-based foods in high-income nations could reduce greenhouse gas emissions from direct agriculture production and increase carbon sequestration if the resulting spared land was restored. So this is a lot of stipulations, and I'm just break that down if you're like, girl, what the fuck did you say? So in a high income nation, first world country, America, maybe second world as well.
Canada. No, just kidding.
We just lost our Canadian listeners.
Just kidding.
If the land that is used for animals, for you know, feeding the cows and slaughtering them and all that good stuff, if that land and that animal plant is shut down and they take that land and they just restore it to the forest or field or whatever it was beforehand, that is when there's a benefit. So taking that, you know, cow farm away and then raising peanuts, no, that doesn't do it. And at the end of the day, it's a supply and demand issue. And it doesn't matter what that thing is, whether it's meat, whether it's, you know, avocados, whether it's bananas, rice, whatever it is, that supply and demand is going to ruin the environment. The factories, the processing, all of that stuff is going to happen. So no, just being vegan doesn't solve all the problems. Also, it doesn't necessarily save animals. And this was an article that I saw that this gentleman interviewed people from the animal like humane society, PETA, you know, some in one third thing that I can't remember. And they were all in agreement that no, this doesn't save animals. What you do is you take down some of the demand. So you don't save an existing animal. You just perhaps prevent an animal from being born because there's no supply to meet. Or there's no demand to meet.
Yeah.
So that is what I found. The rest of this actual factual, our results show that such dietary change that I talked about earlier can reduce annual agricultural production emissions of high income nation diets by 61%. So that's a big deal. If there were 10 chicken farms that got shut down today, and y'all miss y'all eggs already, so that would be really sad. I would be sad. But if that got shut down today and they restored that to just natural land, that's a big deal. 61%?
Yeah.
That's a lot of healing for our ozone layer. That's maybe a couple more years that polar bears have like stuff to walk on.
The ice caps are melting. The polar bears are dying.
So I'm not going to minimize that it would help, but there's a lot of things that would have to happen.
We just need to all get our 40 acres and a mule, till the land until it produces more plants for oxygen purposes, photosynthesis, mitochondria.
Well, that is in direct opposition to what I said. Yeah. But you know what? The planet ain't got that long. Do what you gotta do. Like I said, all this considered, I'm still gonna leave here and go eat the chicken pot pie that I was made yesterday. And I will not feel bad about it. Every bite will be a wonderful thing. But you know, you can still like be very grateful for the chicken and the life that it gave and all its little homies or whatever.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to do like a reset button. Like, okay, if we have to,
like I was talking about earlier, just like hold the power button.
Yeah.
Just let it go dark for a second, bring it back up.
Yeah.
See what happened.
Because I think like what we've been used to and accustomed to, it's not good for the planet. So like now we just gotta start back up again.
That's why COVID happened.
The
planet was like, let me kill some of y'all because you guys are just taking everything I have.
Reset to Neanderthalism.
All right, we gonna start eating people then. That's what I heard.
No.
Meat is for real about to be murder.
Don't get caught. No, I'm kidding. Well, this was fascinating. I mean,
yeah, this is a lot of learned things.
Very much so. I mean, I appreciate you doing your preliminary research, always educating the people and the masses and my ear holes. I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. I just feel like, you know, there's always something that you're not aware of. And so
Word.
You gotta be learned. At least if you're gonna have very strong opinions, be learned.
Yeah, very strong opinions and be behind a mic.
So like when people say like, I'm a vegetarian because of the environment, I'm gonna be like, it's okay. When they were like, I'm trying to save all the animals by not eating them. You doing that by yourself or? But if they say I'm vegan because of the health issues, I'm gonna be like, that's wild. That's cool, bro.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're like, I'm vegan because it's cheaper. Right on, bro. Love that shit.
I love that for you in your pocket.
Yes. But if they say them other two things that I mentioned before, I'm gonna be like, how committed are you to this? How do you season your food? How do you grow it yourself?
Stop.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all and say I'm not gonna judge. I'm gonna judge extra hard.
Oh my God. Well, at least your judgment has facts behind it.
And my judgment has been stated. So like it won't be a surprise. So if you're vegan and you slide in our DMs and be like, you don't know what you're talking about, tell me what I'm talking about. I only researched for 3 hours, so I could be wrong. But like, give me the car fact.
How long you been researching?
Yeah, like, have you researched?
Sharing is caring. The more you know.
You on TikTok? Is that where you get your stuff? TikTok and Facebook?
Oh dear, not TikTok and Facebook. Oh God.
But as I said before, if you want any of the details, because one of my actual factuals, it was a list of 16 different studies in which veganism helped several different ailments and health issues. So If you want the fitty facts,
I'm just going to go into the Google Drive and get that for myself.
Yeah, it's on there.
There we go. Thank you for that. All right. Well, I think that's that for that.
Yeah, I'm really tired.
Yeah, you need to go to sleep.
Yeah, that shot didn't ward off.
No, not ward off.
Ward off.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, with that being said, be kind to yourself.
Be kind to others.
Maybe even to animals.
Or plants if you feeling real hardcore.
Yeah. And continue to be that beautiful little galaxy you're meant to be.
Filter feed, yeah. Yep.
Is that how? That was too much stuff.
He was kind of like...
Okay, yeah.
Bye,
guys.